So I noticed in 2017, I want to say, and I would get in the shower and I was having like, it started off as kind of small, just like long strands. And I was like, why is my hair coming out like this? It wasn't doing
Mm,
that before.
mm.
My hair was fuller, softer, less brittle. My skin was glowing. Like people would see me and be like, dang, you have no makeup on? And I'm like, no. They're like, you're literally glowing.
This episode of the Good Living Now podcast is sponsored by our friends at Kuvings. Now, I've had almost every brand of juicer on the market since I started my healing journey in 2015. But the Kuvings Auto 10 has been a complete game changer. It's easy to use and easy to clean. Plus, I'm able to make smoothies as well as sorbets and plant-based milk. So use my code JUICEGUY and save 10%. All right, you know what to do. Get your juice on.
Welcome to the Good Living Now podcast, where we talk to real people about real change leading to real health. I'm your host, Harold Leffall, and today we're talking about hair loss and alopecia. I know that's something a lot of people deal with. And my guest today, well, she dealt with that as well. She's here to tell us how she dealt with it and what she's doing to keep her hair thick and long. Welcome to the show, Niko Jordan. Hey,
Hi.
Niko, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Look, your hair is just flowing and glowing. So, we want to get all into it to find out what you're doing because I know a few years ago you were dealing with hair loss and the doctors told you had alopecia. So, Niko, when did you first start noticing that you were losing your hair?
So I noticed in 2017, I want to say it was 2017 or 2018.
Hmm.
And I would get in the shower and I was having like, it started off as kind of small, just like long strands. And I was like, why is my hair coming out like this? It wasn't doing
Hmm.
that before.
Yeah.
And I instantly, like after about a month or two of it happening, I realized like, okay, no, wait, my hair is really falling out. So I went into starting to do all of these different natural treatments in my hair.
Like what were you?
I did aloe, I did an onion oil, I did fenugreek oil that I made from fenugreek seeds.
Did it
I was
start? Did they
trying.
start to help?
I felt like it wasn't really helping. I felt like every couple months it was just like more and more hair was coming out and it wasn't stopping for years. Like it went on for
Wow.
years. Yeah, I feel like my hair is just now starting to be like, okay, you're flourishing.
And then did you go to the doctor and they told you that you had?
Yes, so I went to the doctor in 2020.
Mhm.
After about 3 years, I was like, okay, something is not quite right because I had
Mhm.
super full hair. So they were like, it doesn't look like you have it. And I'm like, I know everyone is saying that and all, but the hair is falling out at a not
Mm.
normal rate. But because
Mhm.
my hair was still full, it was almost like they didn't believe me. So they ended up doing a biopsy on like this side.
Mhm.
But they just took a small piece of my scalp and they were like, okay, we see that like you are, slowly losing hair. And that was when
Mm.
I actually decided to go vegan.
Mm. Now, does anyone in your family have alopecia?
No.
No. Okay. And so you decided to go vegan when they told you you had, that diagnosis. How did you know that that would help? Well,
I actually had met a friend. I met a girl on Instagram and we ended up having lunch and she was vegan. So, out of respect, I was like, I'm not going to order anything with meat. I ordered the same thing as her. So once we started hanging out more regularly and I told her, my issues, she was like, have you tried, going vegan? I used to have some issues with other things and I went vegan and they've pretty much cleared up. So I started looking more into it
mhm.
and I went vegan and then I started looking up, how to heal, et cetera, et cetera. And I found alkaline vegan. And then I just went
Mm.
raw pretty much like a month or two after after going
Really?
vegan. Yeah.
And how did you know what to eat when you started you decided you were gonna go vegan?
I didn't know for sure, but honestly, I started hanging out with her so much that
Mm.
we did our grocery shopping together. So I was just picking up whatever she picked up. It didn't matter if it was soy products, Beyond sausage. That's how I started out. And then when I started looking up alkaline, I was like, oh, wait, this goes
It's another
deeper.
level. It's another,
Yeah.
yeah. And then with the alkaline, what did you start eating when you went alkaline?
I found the Dr. Sebi like official list,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't stray away, not even from the seasonings. Like I stopped having garlic. I was like, it's not alkaline. This isn't
Mm.
alkaline. So I was using I felt like I was using like six seasonings, but I was eating a lot of chickpeas. What else was it
Mm.
that I was eating? I was making everything from scratch, down to my own
Mm.
tortillas. I was rolling
Mm-hmm.
the flour out, spelt flour,
Oh, wow.
chickpea flour, teff flour. I was making my
Mm.
pastas, everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
And when did you start to notice like a difference in your
So
hair?
I actually noticed pretty much after I did 30 days alkaline raw vegan, and
Mm.
I felt like my hair when I had put some twist in my hair just to try not to touch it. And afterwards I was like, okay, my hair feels like it's a little bit fuller, and that was only 30 days.
Mm.
So after
Of
that I was
eating
like,
raw.
okay, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But I was also doing a cleanse, so I can't forget that part because I was alkaline and raw. And I had reached out to someone that used to be Dr. Sebi's chef.
Mm-hmm.
I reached out to him. He sent me a whole cleanse, so I was doing the cleanse, all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And he had also sent me batana oil, and that's what I was using on my hair.
Mm. And then you started noticing improvements.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Wow. And then I saw somewhere, was this around the same time you did a 40-day juice cleanse?
No, that was more
Or that,
recently. So I feel like I reverted back a little bit. I was still vegan, but I just kind of went back to like eating. I felt like a little bit more sloppy. Like I was eating a lot of fried oyster mushrooms. I feel like that's not bad for you, but when you're eating it in excess, it's not great for you.
mm-hmm.
I was like, you know what? I just need to do a reset. I need to like fully cleanse. And someone was like, have you ever tried to do a juice fast? And I
Mm-hmm.
hadn't. And I was only going to do 7 days. That was my goal. And
Mm-hmm.
after I did the 7 days, I was like, that was not too bad. And I was like, you know what? I got this. So I just kept going and I just kept adding like another 7 days. I was like, yo, I'm going to do 14 days. And so I just kept going until I hit 40 days. And then I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm done. I was going to keep going, but I was just so ready to eat. My body was craving salt. So
And what changes did you notice, or what happened during the 40 days of juicing?
I feel like everything, I recommend do a juice fast, even if it's not 40 days. So
Mm.
my hair was fuller, softer, less brittle. My skin my skin was glowing. Like people would see me and be like, dang, you have no makeup on? And I'm like, no. They're like, you're literally glowing.
Mhm.
And I felt that way inside. Like I felt so clean. I was doing hot yoga every single day.
Mm.
But I feel like I connected like on a spiritual level. Like my dreams were way more vivid.
Mm.
What else? Yeah, I think I felt better overall from head to toe. No doubt about
Mm.
it. The best I've ever felt, honestly.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so now you don't experience like any of that hair loss that you were experiencing?
I feel like I do experience it sometimes, but as soon as I'm starting to notice, like, okay, pieces are falling, then I try to start doing the things that I might have fallen off. Like, oh, okay, I was taking moringa before. Let me start taking my moringa in my smoothies again. All right, I'm
Mhm.
falling off on my sea moss. Let me get back onto my
Mhm.
sea moss. But nothing like what it was back in 2017. Because, like I said, I would get in the shower and just be like, my hair.
Yeah. So you definitely see a correlation between your nutrition
For
and your
sure.
hair.
Yeah,
And so
absolutely.
and so you mentioned a few things. So I know people are going to want to know, well, what are some of the things that she's doing besides plant-based? So you do sea moss, moringa.
Yeah, I use moringa. I put moringa in my smoothies, sea moss in my smoothies.
Mm-hmm.
I use batana oil in my hair.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll also make my own oils for my hair. So I'll do like, I switch it up, but
Uh-huh.
I'll try to do batana oil, almond oil, a hint of castor oil. Because since my hair I feel like has gotten a little thinner since from what it used to be. I don't like to have
Mm,
like that heavy oil, so you don't have to add castor oil. And
mm,
then yeah, I would say those are probably
mm,
the main things that I have.
mm.
But I also
Now,
take teas as well. So
you take what?
teas, like I'll take red raspberry leaf tea, but I switch my
Oh,
teas up, so that might be too much for
so what would you say to someone who is experiencing hair loss? Maybe they have not been diagnosed with. Where would you say they should start? They've been noticing like my hair looks like it's getting thin. Where would you say if you start here?
I would instantly start with gut health.
Mm,
So even if you don't go fully vegan, because I know that might
mhm,
be hard for some people, try to cut out some of the red meat. Cut if you eat pork, definitely stray away from the pork. If you eat beef,
mm,
stay away from the beef, and then slowly work your way until where maybe you're only eating fish. Maybe have fish
mhm.
once or twice a week, and then I would recommend going vegan because I think cheese. I feel that stuff has something to do with hair loss. Honestly.
Yeah. So now, what's a typical day of eating for you? Like what do you eat generally in a day?
Okay, so in the morning, I always start with fruit. I know it sounds cliche, but
Mhm,
I will have either juice or water, and then I'll have a smoothie or a smoothie bowl. Like this morning, I had a strawberry banana smoothie bowl. I add dates to it. On the top, I put walnuts, hemp seeds, chia seeds, and then whatever fruit I want. So I had strawberries, blueberries, and bananas. It was pretty hefty.
mm,
In the middle of the day, I haven't been really liking chickpeas lately, but I'll have
mhm,
something like chickpeas or lentils. I'm
mhm,
not alkaline anymore, by the way, but
mhm,
or I'll have a big salad. So one of my favorite salads to make is I'll do a mixed greens, and then
mhm,
I'll add alfalfa sprouts, cucumbers, tomatoes, onions, and I use a Caesar dressing, which is so good.
mm.
Mm. But you can also make
You
your
do you
own.
make it? Oh, do
I
you
don't
make it
make
still? Oh,
it.
okay,
I haven't
okay,
perfected Caesar dressing.
okay.
If I make my own, I try to make like an Italian with oregano, olive oil,
Mhm,
salt, a couple of other things.
yeah.
But I'll have a really huge salad. And then every once in a while, I'll have something like fried oyster mushrooms
Mhm.
but I try not to do that too often because it just throws me off,
Yeah,
honestly.
those are a guilty pleasure of mine. I love fried oyster mushrooms, but yeah, they don't love me, but I do. But you mentioned, doing a 40-day juice cleanse.
Mhm.
Um, how did you prepare? I know you said you initially started out just with the intention of doing 7 days.
Yeah.
How did you prepare to do the juice cleanse? And then also, what did you do to break it? Because 40 days, that's a long time. What did you do to break it?
Yes. Okay, so to prepare, honestly, it's gonna sound crazy,
Mhm.
but I started out of nowhere almost immediately. Don't recommend. Don't
Oh,
recommend. But I'm one of those
uh,
people that's like, if I say I'm going alkaline tomorrow, I'm gonna be at the
mhm,
farmer's market, even if it closes
mhm,
at 9 p.m. I'm gonna be there today.
mhm,
So I would say start off with going raw. Start off with a couple
mhm,
of raw meals first,
mhm,
work your way into just fruit for a day and then go into your juice fast. I think that's the best way, honestly, not just going
mhm.
from cooked food straight into
Yeah.
juice.
Mhm,
And I just made all my own juices. How I broke my fast, my body was craving salt. I don't like olives, but I went and got olives. Sounds
mm.
crazy. I had snacked on a couple of olives just because, like I said, my body was really craving that salt. And I had watermelon. I think
Mm,
watermelon is such a good fruit because it's so hydrating.
mhm,
Um, and a lot of people say when they do juice fast, they have a very hard time using the bathroom afterwards because their body is trying to break down solid foods.
mhm,
So watermelon is soft and I feel like easily digestible. So I would recommend watermelon, which is also what I use to break my fast.
mhm. And did you eat the watermelon and the olives for a couple of days, or how soon did you start incorporating other?
Oh, you know what else I had? Mangoes. So I used the
Wow.
watermelon to break the fast, but then afterwards I went into mangoes and I ate mango straight for probably 3 or 4 days afterwards. I ate mangoes.
Mm, mm. And now, people see you now, your hair is all thick, and do you ever worry about it happening again? Or when you
I do, but you know what? I also don't because I feel like now I know what the triggers are. And I feel like as
Mhm,
long as I'm eating good and I'm feeling good, then my hair is going to be flourishing and feeling good.
mhm,
So I don't worry about it too much because also stressing it can cause the hair to fall out. So now I just try to make sure I'm staying on my routine. And anytime I start noticing, like, oh, I get in the shower and I'm like, okay, 2 or 3 strands, I'm like, hold on, what am I
mhm,
not doing? I
mhm.
instantly trying to go into my routine and figure out, okay, oh, I forgot to be taking this for, a month. I need to get back on that.
Right. And do you use any kind of special shampoo or conditioner?
I don't. I
Mm,
don't.
mm,
I'll try to use like, even though I don't like the smell, like an apple cider vinegar, I just try to find the most natural products and
Wait, there's an you use apple cider vinegar?
yeah, it's good to like clean the dirt off your scalp.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I
Regular
don't put a lot, but like a little bit. I feel like when you scrub it in your scalp, yeah.
Oh, wow.
hmm
And okay, I never heard of that.
Only a little bit though. I don't try to use a lot because the smell like makes me gag. But yeah, good
So
for
so
getting the
no
dirt off.
so no special shampoo or conditioner or anything like that?
No, and I try not to wash my hair that often.
Mm.
Yeah, I
Like,
try not to do because it's so stripping and drying, and I haven't found like the perfect one. But I always look at the ingredients on the back of anything, whether it's I'm eating it, putting it on my face, my
mhm.
skin. It doesn't matter where I'm putting it. I'm looking at the ingredients. So if it's not the most natural stuff, I'm not using it.
Mm, that's good. So, Nico, now, if folks wanted to get in contact with you, you're also a musician,
Mhm.
and your what is your tag name on Instagram? Is
So my music page is Niko Jordan Music, Niko Jordan Music. And then
Mhm.
I also have a food or health based page, which is Alkaline Me Please.
Oh, alkaline. Oh, I didn't know that you had that. And so you're
Yeah.
talking all about alkaline on
Yeah.
that page. And for
Mostly
folks,
alkaline, but like sometimes if I put something on there that's not alkaline, like if I eat lentils and something, lentils technically aren't considered alkaline on Dr. Sebi's list. So I'll be
mm,
like, substitute with chickpeas.
mm. And for folks who don't know what alkaline is, tell them what alkaline is.
For me to explain, alkaline, I guess, is
Or give us examples of foods that are alkaline.
okay, yeah, because your body can be either acidic or more
Hmm.
towards the alkaline side. And alkaline foods, peppers, I want to say sprouts, there's chickpeas, there's different type of flours. So you have spelt flour, teff flour, chickpea flour. What else is there? Of course, onions.
Hmm.
But there's some things on there that are not alkaline, and I still will eat like broccoli. I still eat broccoli. Sometimes if I want a carrot, I'll eat a carrot because I don't think
Hmm.
everything that is not alkaline is bad for you. I've come to
Right.
like have some balance now.
Mm. Oh, awesome. So now again, so if people want to follow you again, what's your Instagram
My
again?
music one is Niko Jordan Music, and my alkaline is Alkaline, AKALINE, me, please.
Awesome. Well, Nico, thank you so much for sharing your journey. You are an example of what it looks like when you fuel your body with healthy nutrients. You got that nice, full, thick of hair, and hopefully someone will be able to take some lessons from what you learned on your journey.
Thank you so much for having me. I hope you guys learned something, pull something from this. Start your health journey today. Do not wait till tomorrow.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much.